Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode from the Hermitcraft server. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. I'm having a great day. I've done a little bit of work between episodes, just kind of finishing up some of the texture variation on these different buildings in the market, and we're going to keep working on the market today. So yeah, that's the plan. I think the next step for the market is probably to start getting some of the smaller, like, kiosks and non-buildings in place, if that makes any sense. So, like, as an example, over here, kind of at the entrance to the castle, there's like a little kiosk, right? Like right here, where, you know, someone would be selling something. We're gonna add a bunch of these. They're not all gonna look exactly like this, of course, but kind of this general idea. These, you know, sort of like a little, a market stall, essentially, would be, I guess, the easiest way to explain it. We may, I'd like to fly. Can I? Nope, not quite. Okay, I guess we'll walk through our lovely, beautiful little area here and see if we can make this work. So yeah, there's still a lot left to do on the castle. You know what? While we're here, real quick, let's replant all of this stuff, because why not? Might as well get that going. There we go. Get our cocoa bean farm operational. Anyway, there's a lot left to do on the castle. Quite a lot left to do, in fact. But we are making progress. We're getting there. I've been kind of thinking about a few things as far as the castle is concerned. Obviously, right now, we're working on the market. But then I'm kind of rethinking some of the walls. I was originally intending to have a wall sort of come down like right here, but I'm thinking I probably am not going to do that anymore. I think I'm going to bring the wall to about here and then just join it up with this one. And then we'll have the wall kind of go back around the cathedral. We'll have a wall kind of come here along the coast until it hits the docks, and some of that kind of stuff. But some of the way that we're sort of sectioning things off and stuff like that, I'm kind of rethinking a little bit of that and reconsidering some of my original plans. And I think it'll look better overall once, you know, sometimes when you're working on a big build like this, you rethink certain things and you decide, you know what, I don't really want to do it this way. I want to do it this way instead. I'm going to grab some different colors of wool and things here. Let's maybe grab some blue. We're definitely going to need a fair amount of white wool. Maybe we'll grab a little bit of gray. We want a lot of different colors. And maybe some orange as well. Just different colors here so we can kind of get the stalls all sorted out and all that kind of stuff. So, all right, now, fly, please. There we go. Let's kind of think about like where we want to put these. So first things first, let's grab some spruce logs and some spruce fences and slabs and all that kind of good stuff as well. And let's actually also grab some dark oak. Maybe we can do a little bit of dark oak stuff here too. But I think, like, for example, this would be a fairly good spot for a little stall, like right about here or so. And these don't need to be all that big. They can be pretty small and still kind of serve their purpose. So like here, for example, maybe we would do dark oak like this, right? And then maybe we go something like this. Just it probably should be a little bit higher than that. I think it feels a little bit too low if we only go one high. But something like this. And then we need some white carpets so we can go... Oh, I need string as well. Just thought of that. Yeah. Let me go grab some string so we can actually get the carpets kind of suspended up in the air. Yes, I know there's a trick you can do using too high flowers and all that kind of stuff, but honestly, I think it's just easier to do it this way. So let's grab a few stacks of string. That should be plenty, I hope. And let's give this another try. So we'll kind of fly over to where that little market stall was, like right here. And we need, at this level, some string, and it's kind of hard to place because, like, you can't really see it very well, but I think that's all placed properly now. So let's just pillar up, and then we'll go white, white, and then let's maybe say red is going to be the other color that we'll use here, and we'll just kind of go like a checkerboard pattern for this particular one. We need a string right here. Oh, really? I guess I misplaced the... Let's put it there. There we go. That's better. And that gives us like a little bit of a market stall, right? Just something along these lines should work. And then we can do a bunch of these, and some of them will have stripes, some of them will have other things. Maybe like right here, we'll go and just say like a little bit of a thing up here. We'll go, I don't know, white and maybe cyan, right? Just kind of over the door to kind of show that this is like a little thing that's, you know, the entrance to a shop or whatever. There's a lot of different stuff like this that we can do. We just got to figure out where we want to put all the little vendor stalls and things. I'm thinking maybe we'll put one like right here. I actually would kind of like to scoot that back or up a little bit. Maybe what we'll end up doing is, let me go grab a little cobblestone. Do I have any in here? Yeah, there we go. Maybe we'll just kind of extend this little bit out. Just a tiny bit. Something like this instead. I think that'll look a little bit better. Maybe we'll go spruce. Like so. Some of them, you know, there'll be different shapes. There'll be different sizes. Just the idea is to kind of get this built up. Something like that maybe. And then right here, we'll put a little bit of string. And this one, I think, will go stripes. So, like that, like this. And let's say maybe we'll use blue for this one. Because the idea is just to get... this is basically our way of getting different colors in here, right? This is all about kind of getting different colors into the market so that there's little, you know, splashes of color in different spots, and it looks a bit more alive and lived in and all that kind of stuff. And the idea is that these would be like non-permanent structures, right? These would be places or things that would not meant they're not meant to be here all the time. When the shop owners or whatever leave, they would pack up their stall and take it with them and, you know, tear it down. This would not be a place where these would always be here all the time. They're just kind of like traveling merchants or whatever. So I'm going to get to work on this. I'm going to try and bake a bit more of these stalls and all that kind of stuff, and I'll be back with you in just a little bit. All right, guys, I am back. I think I've got all the little kiosks and stalls and stuff in place that I'm going to add. Because I don't want it to be like too crowded over here. So we've got I've got a couple places where I just added the little like awnings to existing buildings, and a couple places where I put in new stalls. I got one here, one over back here. This one's like a multi-level one. You know, different things. So the next step is to actually decorate these and show like what these people are selling. And I was talking with Cub, asked if I could borrow some, well, not borrow, but if I could take some pumpkins and melons, because those are blocks that you can actually place in the world, and I think they'd be a great fit for this area. I don't actually have any of them myself, though, so I'm going to head over to Cub's place and get some pumpkins and melons and grab a few other supplies and things like that, and I'll be back with you in just a minute. All right, guys, I am back. I've grabbed some different materials and things that we can be selling in these different stalls, and I think it will be good. So, first things first, let's kind of say that this stall right here is where people go to buy, like, fish, right? We'll just throw up a couple item frames like so. This is the this is a place where people can go and buy fish. That's what that one's gonna be. This one over here maybe will be like things related to horses and stuff like that, you know, horse armor and saddles and whatever. Maybe this shop is for like fresh fruits and vegetables and stuff. So I want to do like pumpkins, but I want the faces. I don't want the faces to be able to be seen because it's not a good look. Will this connect? Yeah, glass connects to pumpkins. You have silk touch on you? You do. Okay, so I can break this. So let's maybe go something like that. And then maybe here. And oh boy, I can't place this where I want. So let's do it this way. Let's put you down first. Oh. And then we'll go here, and then that one doesn't really matter. But we can do something like that, right? They've got different fruits and stuff like that for sale, pumpkins and melons and all that kind of good stuff. Just kind of mix those in over here. Maybe we'll put another one like over here as well. Doesn't really matter. The idea isn't to like make all of these super complicated. It's a lot more about just like trying to get different things to show. Right, so like maybe here, for example, maybe this one we say this is going to be a netherwort shop of some sort. So maybe we put a little bit of netherwort in right here, and maybe like here and here as well, and we can actually plant the netherwort, and then maybe. Do we have any trapdoors already made? Doesn't appear so, but let's just make a few of those. That should be enough. And we'll just kind of go like so. Now, I honestly, right now, I really wish we were playing in the snapshots so that I could I could have the spruce trapdoors in the snapshots, because then we could make like barrels and all sorts of cool stuff. In my texture pack for my single player Kingdoms world, I have the ability to make barrels, because the problem is until 1.13 comes, there's no trapdoor where you can't see through it. And that is, you know, otherwise we'll be able to make all these awesome like barrels and stuff, but whatever, it's fine. We'll maybe have like a TNT shop down here. All right, just throw a little bit of TNT in. And this is a guy who sells explosives for mining purposes only, of course. You know, controlled demolition. You know, please be careful. Comes with warning labels, etc., etc. I do have 2 more item frames, so maybe we'll put a couple here and just put some glass bottles in. And we'll say this guy sells different potions or something. It doesn't really matter that much. Just throw down a couple of chests. We can also use some of these note blocks as like crates. Except this one is currently floating, which is less than ideal. Let's change this one up just a bit. And I just realized this whole thing has gotten all screwed up. There we go. I think we fixed it. So maybe we'll put we'll put like a barrel over here and a barrel here. And these are, you know, this is for essentially storage. We're pretending that these are crates. These note blocks, because I think it's the closest thing that we have in vanilla Minecraft to crates. There's not really anything that truly looks like a crate texture, but I think this is close enough, and I think it works. We can add a couple of these, you know, sort of hidden around in different areas and just sort of mix them up and all that kind of stuff. Maybe we'll put a trap chest with a regular chest like this so they can be next to each other. Throw one back here. The idea is just to kind of liven the area up and make it look like there's a purpose, right? So, oh, maybe we'll do something like this, right? Like we've got some crates and barrels stacked up over here, and we can further add to that by actually putting some chests. Although we shouldn't use trap chests when we can use regular chests. So maybe we'll do something like that. Right, just to kind of get the idea that like this shop is storing a bunch of stuff over here, or whatever. It's just all about kind of adding life to the area, and I think we've kind of done that. This looks fairly good. You can kind of see what all of these different stores are selling and stuff like that. We may want to add like some armor stands. Like say, for example, this shop right here sells clothes, right? Maybe we add a couple of armor stands. We'll put some armor on those and they can come in here. And we're not going to do like the interiors of all of these buildings because they're really just facades. They're just there as like set pieces, if you will. But if you decorate the outside of them in a certain manner, you can still tell what like each of these shops are going to be selling without actually having to go inside, right? And that's kind of our whole plan here. Now, obviously, there's still a lot left to do in this area. For one, the entire ground here is cobblestone, and that kind of looks horrendous. So we need to do something about that. We need to figure out a couple of the things as well. And maybe all of these don't actually have to be shops as well. Maybe we can say that, like, these buildings over here are actually houses. And that this is kind of the shopping area. And once you get out of this area, it's not really, you know, important stuff anymore. Or whatever. It doesn't really make a big difference. Use your imagination and whatever... whatever it is, that's what this thing sells, whatever you want it to sell. I guess we'll look at it that way. So, next step, I think, now that we've got kind of this area decorated a little bit and looking a little bit more interesting, I think the next step is probably to start working on the ground. So, let me just put... There's so much random stuff here. Actually, we could sell hay bales as well. Maybe this shop also sells... hay bales? Or, yeah, actually, we can do it over here, right? We'll just sort of put down a couple of hay bales over here, and that's one of the things that this shop sells in addition to their other products, right? We'll just stack some hay bales up back there so you can kind of see that there is space that is being used. I think that's good. Okay, anyway, so back to the task at hand. As I said, we need to work on the ground, because the ground right now is just straight cobblestone and it looks horrible. And we're going to go with this kind of pattern over here with the sort of mixed in stone slabs and andesite and other stuff. Gray carpets to hide lighting. I don't think I actually have... Wow, that actually hurt like way more than I thought it was going to. But either way, we don't actually have any andesite over here at the moment, so we should probably do something about that. Do I have andesite? I do. So let's just grab a fair amount and then grab some from down here too. Cub Fan being a saint and sleeping on my behalf. Really appreciate that, Cub Fan. Thank you. You're making my life much easier. I'm going to grab a bunch of these stone slabs too, because right now we've got like more stone slabs than we know what to do with. We don't want to make any more. And I think that'll be good. And then I'll worry about the lighting and stuff kind of at the end. So, just to start out with, let's start with the stone slabs. We'll just put in our offhand. We'll just kind of mix in the stone slabs wherever we feel so inclined. The idea is to make it feel like this whole area is sort of paved, right? So, it doesn't matter where these go, and we don't really need to think about it too much. It's really just a matter of making sure that we get the stuff mixed in at all. And we'll just kind of spread it out in different areas. There's also this whole issue of our like slopes here, right? Because we can use cobblestone slabs or regular stone slabs for these spots where obviously we don't want people to have to jump to change elevation. So a little bit at a time, we're going to be kind of mixing in andesite, mixing in polished andesite, mixing in different materials to kind of add some interest to this area and just sort of mix it up and make it look better. And you guys, I'm sure if you've been watching my videos for any length of time, you've seen me do this or similar things before, so I don't really feel the need to explain it too much. But then we'll switch to some polished andesite, and we'll just do this little section together, and then after that I'll do the rest of it off camera. I'm not really worried about losing cobblestone because, to be blunt, I've got shulker boxes upon shulker boxes just full of the stuff that I'm never going to use. So who cares? The cobblestone, if I lose a little bit of cobblestone, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it at all. It'll be perfectly fine. But something like that, maybe we mix in a little polished over here. And now this area looks a million times better. This little bit, it's far more interesting. We'll also add in some light hidden under light gray carpets, just so that this area is properly lit up like the rest of the town. But now we've got something. Now we have an area that actually looks kind of finished, and that's what we're going for. There's also, as I said, we need to make sure we're doing these little bits here so that you can just walk up without having to jump. But as we mix in more and more materials, in different spots, it'll all kind of come together, and I think it'll end up looking really, really good. So I'm going to get back to mixing in these textures, guys. I'll be back with you in just a little bit. All right, guys, I am back. I think it's all done. I've got all the texture variation into the ground all finished up, and I think it's looking good. I'm happy with it. We've got all the torches and lighting in place. I mean, it's not perfect. Like, I'm sure there's still some spawnable areas around here, but it's good enough. It doesn't have to be, I just want it to be lit up. I don't want it to be like, it doesn't need to be ridiculous. Hello, baby zombie. Go away. But I think the market is pretty much done at this point. Now, we still have stuff to do over here. I still need to figure out how I'm going to make this little area right here work. And I stopped doing the texture variation once I hit this level, because I was like, once I figure out this part, then I'll worry about this. But for now, I think we're in a pretty good spot overall, and the market is looking pretty good, I think. We can fly up, take a look at it from up above. We got some colors and things like that in place to kind of, create that atmosphere. When you walk in right here, you can start seeing different things going on, different products and goods for sale, and I don't know. It does what I want it to do. I'm happy with it. Unfortunately, though, guys, I am out of time for this episode, so I gotta call this one right here. My friends, if you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Links in the description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, my friends, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.